What's up everybody, it's KamTendo, and boy oh boy do we have a lot of information to discuss. I won't be doing a comment of the day purely because there's just so much information to cover. So if you guys don't know, people were invited, I obviously wasn't, but people were invited to go out and play about an hour to 2 hours of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And with that, we got a bunch of new information to go over and discuss. So without further ado, let's talk about it. One thing I do want to bring up is that Cerebi found the first shiny Pokemon. He did confirm that shinies are again in the overworld, which is really good. It does feel weird that Sword and Shield kind of skipped out on that, but Let's Go and PLA had him in the overworld, so it's again really weird, but I guess Sword and Shield was kind of in its own little weird place. So yeah, shinies are back. Skiddo is in the game, which I think we already knew, but Skiddos are in the game, shinies are back. That's pretty cool. We got to hear a bit of the music. Toby Fox composed a Wild Battle theme, which that's kind of iconic, and again, it's Toby Fox. You can kind of tell he has his own little flair with this music, so you can listen to a song composed by him and just go, yeah, that's the Toby Fox theme. Junichi Masuda composed the Trainer Battle theme, which is again really cool. I don't know if this is one of the last things he composed before he left Game Freak and went to the Pokemon Company, but that's really cool. The music in this game sounds phenomenal. I can't wait to hear more. I really hope that Toby Fox composed a huge theme, like a legendary theme, or one of the important trainers like your rivals or whoever the main villain is or something like that. So I'm just really excited to hear more music composed by Toby Fox. Another important thing is that, well, trainers have no gender, or rather they're ambiguous, because customization options are genders. I mean, there is no gender, for customization options. At the start of the game, instead of being asked whether or not you're a boy or a girl, which I guess Legends Arceus did this as well, you will be asked what's your appearance, and with that, all of your clothes will be anything you want. Essentially, you can dress more feminine as a male, dress more masculine as a woman. There is no gender locked clothes. Your hair, your clothing options, you can dress however you want, be whoever you want, and I think that is really cool. I always took Game Freak as a more traditional type of company, but it seems like they aren't. Another thing they brought up is that with sandwiches, you can increase your stats with the sandwiches, and apparently there is a way to increase shiny odds by eating these sandwiches. Some people describe them as being really fun, while others describe them as being something they didn't really want to bother. But apparently they work similar to O powers from X and Y, just with a minigame attached to it, which I personally don't think I'll see myself doing this. I'm more interested in the egg, the breeding mechanics, but apparently they weren't, when people were asked about breeding, or when they asked about the breeding mechanics, they were told that they'll have to find out for themselves, which makes sense. Now to the big main three things. The shortest of these was the Path of Legends. They were only able to see the claw fight, and apparently it's broken into phases, because as soon as you beat it for the first time, it runs off into the overworld, and they were told that they could not pursue it any further than their initial first battle, which sucks because I wanted to see what happens after it, but apparently we won't be able to, which again, it's really annoying and sucks. The second thing, or the second longest thing I would say, is probably the Team Star thing. So apparently when you go in there, you will have to choose 3 Mons, which I think we knew that already, but you will have to fight 30 grunts or 30 Pokemon with your 3 partner Pokemon. And once you beat the 30th one, the Team Star boss Mela will appear, and you will have to fight her in a 2-phase battle, one being a normal trainer battle, and the other one being against a new Pokemon that we haven't seen before, or whether we have seen it. Some people have flat out stated that it is the giant car that she's standing on. Others are saying that it's a new Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure it's the car. Another thing that they say is that both sides are saying about this whole argument thing is that they were completely wiped out by this Pokemon, or this second phase. Some lost half their team, but pulled through. Others just got a complete blackout. But for those that did win, they did say that when they beat Mela, they were given a badge. Now, not a gym badge, but it has been confirmed that in this game, there are 18 badges, 8 gym badges, 5 star badges, and 5 titan badges. And you can apparently see it on like your settings screen or your student ID or one of those types of things. So this game has 18 different badges, and 8 of course being the gym badges. I think that's crazy, which I don't think that the other like 10 badges will be called like badges. I feel like maybe the team star people will give you like an emblem or a marking since they're like delinquents, and maybe the Herba Mysticas will act as the gym badges for the Titans, since I don't think a Pokemon will just flat out give you a gym badge. Granted, in Sun and Moon you were given the Z crystals, which did act as that game's version of gym badges, but I digress. Another thing they brought up is with the gyms, when you fight Brassius, you have to do his gym puzzle, and apparently there are no longer gym trainers. It's just a puzzle and then just straight to the gym battle, which a lot of people have brought up that his gym battle, his like entrance and everything is just a lot more cinematic, which I will bring up that the Sword and Shield ones were a bit cinematic too. It was kind of like very clean how the two trainers would just get like talk to each other, or rather the gym leader will talk to you two just take like a few steps apart, and then the intro is kind of seamless. But apparently the battle is more seamless than the Sword and Shield battles, which is a nice change of pace. And speaking of battles, trainer battles are no longer going to be distance based, and what I mean by that is that, you know how ever since Gen 1 a trainer would spot you, the point will show up above their head and the battle will start, or in Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield's case, if you were in their line of sight, a battle would start. But in this game, since this is a open world game, you will have to initiate a battle with the trainer first. So if you want to grind or gain experience, you will have to actively seek out a trainer to, you know, fight. So if you see a trainer walking around the overworld, or well, not even walk around, if you see a trainer in the overworld, you just have to walk up to him and then boom, battle. Like in this game, you can control where or when you want to get EXP. So I can see a lot of people doing, say, no trainer runs of this game, just going straight to the, straight to the like gyms or team star bosses, or the team star bosses or the Titans. So this would be a really fun, I would say, thing to just do and just, I don't know, skip around. Everything's completely optional, and the camera angle for battles is really dynamic, or rather it's like Legends Arceus in a sense that you can move the camera around yourself during battles. However, you, the trainer, cannot move around like in Legends Arceus, where you could control the trainer while the battle is happening, which is really funny because I remember during the Volo boss fight, I ran up to Volo and he was just staring me down, and then I just ran back. So yeah, another thing that is going to be pretty scary for fans that are like shiny hunters like me, the Let's Go feature, Pokemon will not differentiate between shinies and normal Pokemon. So if you find a shiny and if you accidentally press like the Let's Go button and it kills the shiny, that's it. One thing that they did bring up is there will be glowing areas, and that Pokemon, or rather when you terrestrialize your Pokemon, it's a once per battle thing. You need to go charge up your terrestrialized orb, I think that's what it's called. So if you go to these glowing spots, your orb will be recharged, or you can go to a Pokemon Center on the map and recharge it. And they bring up that, if you guys remember in the overview trailer thing, they showed that Jigglypuff that was just standing there awkwardly. Apparently that was only for that build of the game, and terrestrialized wild Pokemon will be moving around the environment like other Pokemon. I think that Jigglypuff was just stationary just for example's sake, which makes me happy because I was really worried that there would just be very boring and like stagnant Pokemon just walking around waiting to be fought. So that would just be very boring, stagnant Pokemon walking around, which again, I am relieved to hear. There are other things, but again, there's a lot of information to go over. There are side quests apparently. Some like NPCs will give you side quests. So This is all just really exciting. I think I covered most of the information that we learned. I will put gameplay or have gameplay playing throughout the video so you can get a feel of what was shown off. I think everybody that went was given a 7-minute like gameplay loop of just gameplay that they were allowed to showcase. I don't think they were allowed to showcase their actual gameplay, because when Cerebi mentioned he found the shiny Skittle, he didn't exactly show us big like gameplay of him finding a shiny Skittle, but he gets brownie points for being the first person to find a shiny Skittle in Scarlet and Violet, or just the first shiny in general. That being said, I am super excited for this game. Less than 5 weeks away, less than 30 days away actually. And yeah, my name is KamTendo. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys when I see you very soon, because your boy is about to get a capture card, or maybe it could be in the mail right now. I don't know, I haven't checked yet, but it is due to come in tomorrow, so I will be able to stream. I might even stream the game when it comes out. I might shiny hunt, things like that. All I am just super excited to just live stream, so I'm a little bit like jumpy. That's gonna be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is KamTendo, and I will see you guys when I see you. Bye.